Hello everyone, good morning. If you want to see previous recording sessions, okay, so what you can do, you can go to ViTech Talks, okay, this is our channel. Here you can see the playlist. So in this playlist, we do have Snowflake training, okay. If you click on this Snowflake training, here you can see all the demo sessions, okay. So this is the last demo session for this batch, okay. So we have already completed 2 sessions. Okay, let's get started. So what is SQL? Can someone tell me what is SQL? So
Structured
it's,
query language.
yes, correct. So it is not a database. SQL is not a database. So it's very, very important, guys. So it's a structured query language in order to communicate, with any database, we are going to use SQL. Very, very important. So here, so it is similar to English language. So in order to communicate with any database, we are going to use SQL. So how we are communicating here? So normally, okay. So here we are using the Teams or Zoom app, okay. So by using Teams, we are interacting, right? The same way, in order to communicate with any database, we are going to use SQL. Okay, what kind of communication we are going to perform? So it's like mainly CRUD operations, okay. CRUD operations we are going to perform with the databases. So C stands for, it's like create, okay. In order to create, okay, create any database objects, it's like tables, databases or schemas, okay, etc. Then R means read, okay, read the data or fetch the data So what is U here? U means update the existing objects, data. See, basics are very, very important, okay. So even some interviews, okay, the people are saying like, okay, so SQL is a database. So it's not a database. Again, it is a structured query language. In order to communicate with any databases, we are going to use SQL. We do have different kind of databases which it is available in the market. It's like MySQL, Snowflake, okay, Postgres, okay, something like that. Then D means delete. Delete the existing objects. So mainly we are going to perform CRUD operations. Okay, CRUD operations. So if you see any query, if you observe any query which we are going to write, we are going to only perform these operations. It's very, very important. Then here in SQL, how many types of sub languages it is available? So mainly sub languages of SQL. So this is also one of the important interview question. Okay. So mainly we do have 5 types. Okay, 5 types. So what are those? First one is DDL, DML, okay, DDL and DML. We do have DQL, TCL and DCL. So here, DCL. So we'll talk about one by one, and we are going to practice. Okay, we are going to practice the same also here. First, try to understand the theory part. It's very important. Okay, it's very, very important. So mainly, we are going to use DDL for, so if you see this diagram also, the same thing. Okay, so DDL, DML, TCL, DQL and DCL. Okay, so first start with one by one. So I know most of the people are aware of SQL basics. Okay, so even though I'm going to take it from beginning. Okay, so it is a data definition language. Data definition language. So mainly we are going to use it to define and manage database schema and structures. So here we do have create. Let me write all. Alter, drop and truncate. So when we are going to use create, even yesterday's class we have seen, okay, how to create database and how to create schema, and in order to drop. Okay, so those things we have performed. Then create a new database objects. So what is objects again here? It's like, for example, tables, use, schemas, etc. Okay, then what is alter here? Suppose you have created one table and again you want to remove some columns, or you want to modify an existing database objects. We are going to use this. Next, drop. So drop is nothing but it's like similar to delete, but here we are going to delete a database object. Database objects. So what it will do? It will remove the structure2. Okay, suppose if you are going to delete a table, then the table data and the table structure. Okay, so mainly table data and structure also it will delete. Structure also it will delete. Then truncate. So truncate mainly we are going to use it for remove all records from a table. All records from a table. Then next one we are going to talk about. So this is a theory part. So anyway, we are going to do it in a practical mode after this. Okay. So data manipulation language. See the name itself, it is there. We are going to manipulate the data. Okay. So in order to manipulate, okay, we are going to use this. In order to manipulate, we are going to use DML commands. So first one is, so not select. So insert, update, delete, and merge. Okay, insert, update, delete and merge. So when we are going to use insert, so in order to add new records into table, we are going to use insert. So it's like update, modify the existing records. In a table, we are going to use update. Then what is delete here? So same like remove the existing records. Remove the existing records from a table. Next, merge. So it's like, so there are few records. It's like 100 records already there. So I don't want to delete that. Just I want to append. Okay. Merge is like append the new records into existing table. Okay. Next, DQL. It's like a data query language, query or retrieval. Okay. Query or retrieval language. So here we do have only one keyword or one command. So that is called select. That is called select. So most of the operations we are going to use it only with the select. Okay. This is very, very important always. This is very, very important. In order to retrieve or in order to fetch the data from a database, we are going to use this. Next, coming to DQL. Sorry, DQL is completed. So what we can do is, okay, next one is like TCL, right? Transaction control language. See each and every command. So whatever we are going to perform, right? So that is called transaction. Okay. Transaction control language. So here we do have commit, rollback, mainly commit, rollback and save point So when we are going to use commit, okay, so I want to save my changes. Okay, save changes permanently. Okay, save changes permanently to the database. We are going to use this. Next, what is rollback? Suppose you have inserted, first one is insert, next one you have done update. Okay, then if you perform commit, the above two transactions data, it is going to commit. Now, so before commit, suppose if you do rollback is nothing but it's like a revert. Okay, so it's like undo my changes. Okay, undo a changes made by a transaction. Next, the same way, it's like save point. So suppose if you are going to perform 100 transactions, so instead of that, you have to set 10 transactions. Okay, 10 save points. Every 10 transactions, you have to set one save point. So you can create that mainly. Okay, set a point within a transaction. Okay, within a transaction to roll back. So roll back. So what we are doing, suppose we have 1 to 100, okay, 1 to 100 transactions were there. So 1 to 10, what I will do, I'll set save point 1. Then 11 to 20, save point 2. So here, first save point, it is completed successfully. Then I want to commit, okay, then you can perform commit here. Then before going to commit the save point 2, so what you can do, if I want to roll back, so instead of doing the single transaction, okay, instead of doing the single transaction, so we can roll back the entire save point. So that is the reason. So we are going to use it as a save points. So instead of working with single transactions, so what we can do, we can work with save points. Okay. So that is one thing here. Next, coming to DCL, data control language. So here mainly we have grant and revoke. Grant and revoke. So here we are going to give the permissions. Give permissions to the new users or users. Suppose you are going to join some XYZ organization. So you need to access, there is a OMS database. Then what DBA team will do, they are going to provide the grant. The same way you are going to leave from that organization. So they are going to remove the permissions. Remove the permissions from users. So here the most important things are like, okay, so DDL, see all are important only, but which we are going to work with, okay, as Snowflake developer, mostly DDL, DML, DQL and DCL. So here in Snowflake, automatically the data is going to save, okay. So rarely we are going to use this commit and rollback things. So this is the theory part, but today mostly we are going to work with DDL and DML commands, okay. So how it is going to work. So in order to practice, you know already, you need to create Snowflake account. So that account, it's already there. Okay. Now I want to create a new worksheet. So what you can do here, okay. Once you log in, as soon as you log in, click on this plus button, click on SQL worksheet or else. So here also we do have a worksheet here. You can perform the queries. Okay. So even yesterday I had given one assignment to create the tables. Okay, if not yet done, so what you can do today, you can complete this, and we have already given the scripts in order to load the data also, everything it is available. So here, so the very first thing, create. Okay, create. So how to create a table? See, first you need to just remember the syntax and everything. So suppose I want to create a database first. You can assume I want to create a database. Let me maximize. See, the name itself, it is there, create. So either you want to create database or table or schema. So this is up to your requirement, okay, which you need to provide. Suppose if you want to create database, yes, database. Suppose database and database name. Okay, now I want to create a schema. Create schema. Okay, create schema. It's like vmart or v8, whatever you want, you can create. Okay, how many you want, you can. But in order to execute this queries, so what you can do, select this, press Control Enter. So these are the command lines. Control plus Enter, or click on Run button. Click on Run button. So create database. See, database OMS successfully created. So what you can do, just you can do refresh here. By default, there is a public schema here. Now, if you want to create your own schema, create schema vmart. Okay, fine. Now schema also created. So now I want to create a table. So I know the columns. So even yesterday also we have created. So what you can do, let me write the syntax first. Create table, table name. So employee is my table name. Employee is my table name. So here, observe carefully, column 1, data type. Okay. So what is the column? What is the column name and data type? Column 2, data type. Something like this. Okay. I want to create a table with 100 columns. Yes, it is possible. It is possible. Then column 2 or column 3 and data type. Okay, same way. So what is column here? What is column here? So if you observe an Excel, okay, just I will take example here. So these are the columns, correct? Employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, hire date, job ID, salary, manager, and department ID. So you need to decide, okay, so what kind of database it is. So if you observe here, so it is numbers. You can give the number or integer. So these are all characters, okay. You can provide the string or varchar, okay, string or varchar. So phone number. So it contains, there are some dots. So you can make it a string. Then this is the date format. Okay, so this is number. Even salary, if you want, you can make it as decimal. Okay, so like this. So these are the columns. So based on these columns, we are going to create the tables. Based on the columns, we are going to create the tables here. So even yesterday, we have discussed how we can use the AI, okay, AI to create the scripts. Anyway, in actual sessions, you are going to learn more, okay, how we are going to create the tables, okay, by utilizing the AI. Even let me create for this, okay. So even you don't know, see, you know the syntax, but you don't want to write entire script, okay. Suppose if you have 20 columns, okay, if you have 20 columns or something, then what you can do, better just copy this 1 or 2 lines, okay, and give it to AI. It is going to provide the data, okay. It is going to provide. See, even I can write, but it will take some time. So that is the reason. Just we are going to give it to the AI. Okay, write SQL TDL for the below table as employee. Just observe here. Okay. So this is what it is providing. Correct. So now the same thing, see, create table, table name, column 1 and data type. Remove this. If you observe here, just observe here. So this is the column, employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, hire date, job ID, salary, manager ID. So here you can see int. So int is nothing but it's like integer or the same kind of numbers. Okay. So whenever you want to insert a numbers, then we need to provide the data type here. So what is varchar here? So varchar, it consists of characters, okay, characters as well as numbers. Okay, it will store the characters as well as numbers. So that is the reason we are going to use varchar here. So instead of varchar in Snowflake, what you can use? You can use directly string also. So this is the date format, dd, mm, yy, again integer. So it's a decimal format. Okay. So all the decimal or floating numbers, we are going to use a decimal. Now I want to create a table. So just select this query and create a table. Okay. Now the table is created. Now the table is created. If you want to write insert queries, okay. So you can write the insert queries. Okay. This is called insert. So what you can do, insert into again employees. Okay. Let me copy for only one row. So insert into employees, employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number. Okay, here we are going to provide all the columns. Then corresponding values you need to provide. So when you are going to do manual insertion, okay, it's like a script when you are going to write. So if it is number, no need to keep it in a single quotes. But if it is a string or varchar, definitely you need to keep the values into a single quotes. Okay, this is very, very important. This is very, very important one. Now create is done. Okay, so what we have done so far, we have created one database, one schema we have created. Again, what we are doing, we are going to create one table. So that is called employee. We don't have any rows. Okay, here you can see 0. Okay, now let me execute this. SQL compilation. Okay, table employee does not exist. Okay, so the table name which we have created, employee. But here what we are trying with, there is one S is extra. So one row it is inserted. One row it is inserted. So like this, suppose I want to insert 100 rows or 200 rows. If you want, you can write the insert queries, or else we have an option called load data. So what I'm going to do is, here I'll go to files location. Let me load the data here. So if you have CSV file, then directly can load. If you have queries, then you can execute it. Okay. So this is up to you how you want to load the data. So for practicing purpose, I'm going to load the data here. Okay. Now create is done and insert is done. Now I want to see whether data is available or not. Select star from table name. Select star from table name. See the data which it is available in the table. There are 41 rows. Okay. The first row is duplicated. Okay. So let it be. That's fine. Now create is done, insert is done. Then I want to update something. Okay, I want to update. So how we are going to update here? Okay, so what I need to update? Okay, first you need to decide which one you need to update. Okay, so there is a manager ID which it is null. Okay, if you want to update that, or else I want to change my name. Yes, you can change it. So update table name. Okay, so even all the queries, so you no need to remember. Okay, so entire syntax, just you need to understand. Okay, so what you need to do, either you want to update or you want to delete or you want to insert or something. Okay, that is very important. Understanding the requirement is very important. You can get it from SQLs, okay, from many places. That is not a problem. Okay, so based on your requirement, but try to understand the concept. That's it. Okay, so you don't need to remember line by line. Okay, okay, now there is a requirement, you want to create a table. Then okay, this way we are going to create the table. Okay, I want to insert a values manually. Then so this is the way. So there is another way also if we have CSV file, so that we have already discussed the same way. Okay, I want to display the values. Okay, I want to display the table values. Select star from employees. Okay, I want to display only few columns. So this and all we are going to discuss. Okay, later. First remember only star. Okay, first name. I want only first name and employee ID. Yes, you can do that from employee. Just understand the requirements. Okay, just understand the requirements. Writing the SQLs are very simple. So it's not a rocket science. Say first name and employee ID. The same way, I want to update the name. Okay, I want to update the name here. The first name for the employee ID 100. Okay, update employee. See here, set first name equal to something. Okay, Harish, I'm going to give here. So if I give this, what will happen? So the entire table, okay, the entire table, it is going to update. Entire table records, it is going to update. But for specific employee ID, for specific employee ID, you need to update. Then you need to provide where employee ID equal to 100. So that's it. So wherever there is an employee ID 100, it is going to set this value. Okay, let me execute this. There are two rows. Two rows were updated because we do have duplicate rows, right? See, it is updated. It is updated. Now, so this is for only single column. If you want to write multiple columns, yes, you can update that. So this is up to you. How many columns you want to update. So this everything, it will come based on the practice. Okay, so always you need to do practice. So practice is very, very important. Now select star from employee. See, name is updated. The same way the salary also updated. The same way salary also it is updated. Now create is done, insert is done, update is done. Okay, now delete. So I want to delete a particular row here. Delete from table name. So if you don't provide any where class, what will happen? Entire table data it is going to delete. Okay, then what is truncate here? Truncate table employee. So this is very, very important. Delete, truncate and drop. Okay, drop One by one I will execute. Okay, drop table employee. Just observe carefully. See, delete from employee, truncate table employee. See, both are same. So what it will do? It will delete the entire table data. Okay, suppose if I want to delete all 41 rows, yes, you can perform this query, or else you can perform this query. Then what is the major difference? Then why we are using delete and truncate? So that is very important. So here you can give the where clauses. Okay, if you want to delete any specific query, I mean specific row, okay, you can execute the same. Okay, now I want to delete where employee ID equal to 100. Suppose you have joined in XYZ organization, okay, the same after 1 month or 2 months, you are going to leave that organization. So instead of deleting the particular employee, okay, if you delete entire table data, what will happen? Okay, the existing employees also, the data also we are going to miss. So that is the reason I want to delete only specific employees. I don't want to delete entire employees data. So in that case, delete from employee and truncate table employee both are same. So it will also delete the entire table data. It will also delete the entire data. But here the major difference is you can delete the specific rows by using where clause. Okay, by using where clause, you can delete it. Okay, now let me perform this query. There are two rows it is deleted. Now let me check select star from employees. See here, now we have only 39. Now I want to delete one more row. So it's like 101 I want to delete. Yes, you can delete it. Yes, you can delete it. So that is the beauty of delete. That is the beauty of delete. Now let me perform truncate. Okay. If you observe here, see, we do have only 38. If you want to delete entire table data as well as specific table records, we are going to use delete. So here there is no such kind of specification to delete the particular rows here. So what it will do always, okay, delete the entire table data. Statement executed successfully. Next, see. See, we do have only 0 rows. So we don't have that feature to provide the where class in a truncate. So here also deleting the data and here also just deleting the data only. But the major difference, entire table data we can delete. We cannot apply where class. We cannot apply where class here. Here also entire table data we can delete but apply where class or where class. Okay. So that is the major difference. Entire table data we can delete and also apply where class. Then what is drop? Then what is drop? So what it will do? So now we do have a table structure, right? Okay. Let me insert one row for testing purpose. Okay. Now see, now this table contains data. So this is the structure. Now if you perform drop table and employee, so permanently, okay, first what it will do, it will delete the table data, then the table structure also it will delete. Now let's see. You are going to get an error stating that employee does not exist or not authorized. Even you can refresh here. Delete table data first, then it will delete, or remove, it will remove table structure too. So this is very, very important. Okay, so far we have learned create, insert, update, delete, truncate, drop, and select. Okay, basic select. Okay, so this is how it is going to work. Now, so there is a feature which we have already discussed. Okay, now unfortunately I have dropped my table. Now I want to recover. So in normal databases and all, what we need to do is you need to connect with the DBA team. So you need to connect with DBA team. So here we do have a feature called undrop table employee. So here we can undrop. Table employee successfully restored. Okay, table employee successfully restored. Now we can perform this. Select star from employee. Successfully we have restored back. So that is the beauty of this. So now just observe here. Select star from employees. Let me add few data. So employees, so here okay, I want to retrieve only specific rows. So just observe here. So I want to take only top 5. I want to take only top 5. So what you can do, select top 5 from employee. Okay, select top 5 from employee. Sorry, star is missing. See here, we can able to see only top 5 records. The same way, I want to make it as an order. You can use order by. You can use order by. Order by salary descending order. Okay, who is having the highest salary here? Okay, this way we can retrieve. Okay, we can filter. Okay, we can perform many operations. So these are the few which we have learned today. So anyway, we are going to learn SQL for the next 3 to 4 days. Okay, in the actual sessions. So these are the basics which we have learned today. Okay, So what is DDL? Okay, how to create the table and how to insert the data, how to select. Okay, so joins. So when you are going to use uh, operators, everything, the data types, functions, everything we are going to learn in actual sessions. Okay, everything we are going to learn in actual sessions. Just try to practice this, the assignment which I have given, right? Okay, try to create all these 7 tables and insert the data, even all the scripts which it is available here, even though I am going to give the link in the video description too for the GitHub link. Okay, you can go through it and try to create the tables. Just load the data and whatever the actions which we have performed today, just practice the same, like create, insert, update, and delete, truncate, and drop and undrop. Okay, so these are the major concepts. It is very important. Okay.